Paul, quick reflections on the weekend. First of 3 big games over the next 8 days or so as it was, and good to get the 3 points.
I think they're all big games now. I think the next 3 games is irrelevant to the one after, that. They're all big games now. I think, from the point of view of the team performance wasn't great, any stretch of the imagination. We made a decision on Friday, that we needed to freshen the team up. There was a lot of lads who had no relationships at all. Jamie Walker, Jay Fulton playing for the first time, Donovan Daniels coming back in. There was a lot of James Vaughan making his own debut. So to get the win was vital. And we spoke about it before the game to the lads. There's only one result today, is winning the game. It's not about how we play or tactics or formations. It's irrelevant. Just win the game, and you must give the lads great credit for doing that.
You made those 7 changes and handed the captain's armband to Michael Jacobs. He said post-match he wasn't sure if the manager had been drinking the night before. What was the thinking behind that?
I just think sometimes lads have, if you look at Dan Burn, for example, I don't think you could have a player playing any better than Dan Burn. Has the being captain of the club against Man City give Dan that confidence to be the player? No, not in my opinion. Dan Burn's having an outstanding season. So I spoke with Dan just about giving Michael a little bit more responsibility. Because I think sometimes Michael's got to genuinely believe in himself a bit more. Like you guys have seen a lot before me, I've seen of him, that sometimes Michael Jacobs can be unplayable. He can be that good, and Michael needs to feel that more himself. I just felt giving him the captain's armband on Saturday would give him that little bit more of a belief that we all believe in him strongly. I think if he didn't travel in Dan Burn's car, that mightn't have been as easy to give it to. There you go. So it was just a case of Michael having it. Sammy Morsey's back tomorrow. Sammy will be captain tomorrow. So it was just again a show of strength for the squad rather than anything individual.
Quick turnaround into Tuesday then, and how is the squad looking? Is Nick still out and others?
No, we're full strength. Great credit to to Procky and Nick. The lads who do all the work with the rehabs and the different things. We're full strength. Powley, Nathan Bairn, Sammy Morsey, everyone's fit and available. I couldn't be happier from that point of view. That's why Saturday was huge for us. It wasn't a case of making excuses after we'd had a great result on the Monday and everyone knows it's this, that. Just win the game. To the lads' credit, they've done that. Now all of a sudden we go into this week, which is a big week for us, like next week will be, with everyone fit and available, and also the whole squad having a feel-good factor. And I think that's massively important.
I imagine with a fully fit squad then you're going to have a few selection headaches, especially with the Sunday game on the horizon too.
Well, we just take one game at a time. I think that's important. I think you can get ahead of yourselves in all aspects of football at the minute. For us it's Bristol Rovers on Tuesday night, and to be fair to Blackburn and Shrewsbury at the minute, Rotherham even behind us, they're setting an amazing pace. They really are. These teams are relentless. They won't go away. They just keep it churning wins out. Our points tally at the minute of 66 with the games in hand. Where could we be? It's a fantastic return, but it's nowhere near good enough. So for us, we've got to focus on the next game and keep doing our bit, which is winning that one.
And in terms of Bristol Rovers, looking at their manager's comments post-match, their pitch doesn't seem to be in a great way, but I suppose that's what you get come the end of the winter.
Listen, I think all pitches are like that now. Our pitch is very bobbly, and that's what football does. We've had a winter, the frost are here. It's difficult for groundsmen all around the country. You get that. It's part and parcel of it. When you're having a league campaign, you must build your team to have all different aspects of that campaign within it. For us, we're not going to be on a carpet of a pitch tomorrow night. That's not Bristol Rovers' fault or Darryl Clark. That's just the way football is. So, we know what we're going into. The team will be picked in and around that. And we look forward to the game.
And I suppose you have to get used to playing the conditions. We saw at the weekend with James Vaughan up front, that physicality he added to it. It just shows the side is able to adapt and evolve. I
thought James was excellent Saturday. I thought we had a couple of really good performers on Saturday, in difficult circumstances. James Vaughan being one of them. I think he's come in, he's chomping at the bit. He's an exceptional lad. He's a good player. He works very hard for his team. He'll create goals for others. Within that now, I think we can all see we probably have the ability to go with Vaughan and Grigg at times if we wanted to. I do think that would yield goals. So we're really lucky to be in a position where we are today, with the players available, fit, all having minutes on the pitch now, and all hopefully playing part in maybe future success.
And in terms of Bristol Rovers, I think they're on a run of 2 defeats in 11 or so. What do you make of those?
Bristol Rovers are a good side. Darryl's had an exceptional career there from his initial relegation, to back promotions. He's done outstandingly well. Always now, probably at this point, the club in general will want to go again. To go again, probably the squad needs you know, some work and left up, but that's for Darryl and his coaching staff to do. It's a very difficult place to play in terms of the pressure they put you under. They put you in a lot of balls into your penalty area. They've got good players all over the pitch. They're a threat, they really are. They're a tough team to play against.
And obviously a long trip down to Bristol, then another away game against Blackburn. The away support this season has been key, and a real togetherness on the road with the squad, and also the unity with the fans. I
think the support's been amazing right throughout, hasn't it? You know, even, you know, my big thing about everyone is manager disappointment. You know, there was a little few boos at half time against Blackpool, for example. Yeah, 6 days later we beat Man City. You can't have it every way, you know, in football. And we're not being on the glamorous side like we're great. Stay with your team. You know, that half time, for example, is when your team needs that support. In my opinion, that's only my opinion. You know, and I'm not criticising our fans in any shape or form, by the way. You know, for us now, we want to make our fans happy. How do we make them happy? We all know being promoted. You know, the FA Cup's been a massive bonus for everyone. Our bread and butter is the league. To get promoted, we're going to have rough times ahead. We're going to have to win games, and we're not going to need that fan support at all times.